Welcome to another episode of Not for the Weak Minded. This is a continuation from the video Everyone is a economic slave and the sheep don't know it. And in that video I suggested that there's going to be a rise of nationalists after the destruction and vandalization and vandalism of nationalist statues, and people calling and protesting, like for example in Oxford, over the removal of certain statues, even though 2-3 weeks later everyone was locked in their houses thinking that they're gonna die, right? Probably because of this pandemic, right? The COVID operation. They don't see it as an operation. So all these people with their masks on going to protests, right? I have no idea. They're not. They should be like this, right? This person is a legend. This person's awake. This person knows what's going on and is willing to stand there, right, and show you the truth. COVID-19 is a false flag operation to usher in the New World Order. Where did that go? They are forging death certificates to inflate the figures. Do your research. Say no to martial law, mandatory vaccinations, one world currency, and a cashless society. It's all coming. But they've got to destroy this oil-based economy first. That was built upon the backs of slaves, yes, and manipulation of nations. For the Zionists have, and through the Catholic Church and the Jesuits and the Templars and the Masons, the builders of this civilization, this corrupt evil world through time. I've forgotten where I was going. They're responsible anyway. So, Essex Police Chief says officers won't stop statues from being toppled by Black Lives Matter protesters if it means putting them or public at risk. While the police job, right, is to protect the public in the first place. And having these people, right, these protesters, just going around being hooligans and just doing what the hell they want anyway, right? What sort of message does that send? It puts people at risk. So they're not going to stop them because it's putting people at risk, but actually not stopping them is putting people at risk. Public safety. I mean, this is all an agenda. It's all to bring in lawlessness, and it's all a distraction. Okay, these trannies are distracting you. This tranny right here, you know, just one of loads of them on the television and on the media. So they want violence. They want us distracted. These people all have lost their jobs. So, you know, some of them. The economy's collapsing, right? There are all these people's options are running out because the people in charge are taking the stuff away from us and giving us their evil solutions. Problem, reaction, solution, order out of chaos. This is only the beginning of the chaos that they want to bring, and it's all spiral. It's like a spiral, right? This is spiraling out of control, and these people have no idea what they're doing. They don't know the truth, right? If the virus was real, all these people would be dead because they disobeyed lockdown, right? They just spread it to millions of people. Good thing it isn't real then. And yet they're all wearing masks And that does nothing to stop a virus because it can go through your eyes. It says that what piece of cloth is going to stop it, or it says on the box of those respirators, this does not protect you from a virus when you need actually, a hazmat suit. Let's get into it. Campaigners fear far-right defence of statues such as Churchill's. Tommy Robinson there we go, Tommy Robinson. Front man. This is the front man. We're going to talk a lot about Tommy Robinson and how this is going to spiral into religious tensions and religious how it's going to spin again from this agenda. So first of all, you've got the Black Lives Matters pulling down the protests, not even thinking that they're economic slaves, and then you've got these far-right English Defence League people, nationalists, defending their country and their sovereignty, right? Still, they don't freaking think that they're economic slaves, right? And then, because of the EDL stuff and the connection with Tommy Robinson, we are going to see religious backlash. Muslims hate him, right? Because he speaks the truth about their culture in a way of what the words say within their religious texts about Muhammad being a paedophile, right? 9-year-old wife, etc. I'm not saying that that's every Muslim person. He doesn't either, right? But because how the media spins it, everyone seems to hate him for speaking the truth about Muslim grooming gangs. It's a no-brainer, and the police cover it up. You can look this stuff up. It's a matter of fact, you know what I mean, that these grooming gangs are out there and the police cover it up because our government is paedophilic. It's a no-brainer, right? If you understand that the same people that control the Muslim religion control our entire civilization. They control the entire world. In fact, today, as I've been trying to warn people, right, about a lot of things, they want to chip the entire world and control humanity with technologies. We are in dangerous times, and this is just the beginning. And people are going to fall for it. I can see it coming. So, yeah, they fear it. This came out. Wait. When did it come out? 2 days ago. And I did my video 3 days ago, I think. 2 days ago. So it came out at the same time, right? It's all planned. It's all an agenda. It's all to divide the people and distract us, right, from what is coming from above. To make us sin even more, right, and fall from grace. And when the bombs come, right, because of war, from World War III, let's call it, right, everyone hasn't repented, right? They've done awful things to another being, and then boom, they're dead. They're going to hell. See ya. Because you didn't repent. You didn't see that you're living in a great time of sin. You're literally part of the problem, and part of the reason why civilization is destroying itself, because you're not conscious of your actions. You're not conscious of the strings being pulled through centuries of lies, and how today, because they've just labelled everything archaeologically, they say out of place artifacts, they just don't belong. They didn't incorporate anything that didn't belong, and now there's people going, look, they've lied about this, using the truth to convince you of a reality that still doesn't exist. It's that deep, and that's the Luciferian doctrine there. So Boris Johnson says BLM protests likely to end in deliberate and calculated violence, and warns culprits will be caught. And yet you've got police ain't going to do anything. The police are not going to do anything. If this starts, it ain't going to be stopped by the police. It will be stopped in violence, and that is exactly what they want. That's exactly what this prick wants. He is a nonce. All of them in Parliament are. They're all corrupted. Every single one of them. Not in charge whatsoever. And yet, what they're writing is truth. On the memorials, he was a racist. He was a 33-degree Mason. He was an incestuous pedo. Right? I'm surprised this video is going to get out, to be honest. Now, there's another thing I'm going to talk about. And that could be the possible removal of these statues under the guise of this protest, the protection of them. And they're going to remove them for their own protection. And that is deliberate again, because war's coming. They know that bombs are going to be dropped on this city, civilization. They've shown you in the movies. They want complete destruction of this civilization to bring in a new world order. And that means us, folks. That means us. Every single one living in the Western civilization, it's got a big X marked on their back. Particularly white Christians. But everyone. It doesn't matter. You know what I mean? Who it is. It doesn't matter where you're from. But that is where the agenda's going with the Muslims and the white. And how they plan to use the Muslim religion. Which is why everyone needs to know that we're one race. We are all one. We were separate at one point. Now we've been brought together through deceit and deception, you know. But we actually did coexist in history. We all did at one point work together, and then these are the things that they've never told us, you know. Hidden history. 1,000 years of peace and prosperity once existed on the earth, just like there's 1,000 years of the time of the devil, and we're in those times, indeed. Fears of clashes as Tommy Robinson and Britain First planned far-right protests to defend statues this weekend. I said it, didn't I? I didn't see these articles. I didn't look for them. I should have, because I would have proved my point better. That I had both sides of the coin. This is the left and the right paradigm playing out right in front of us. I hope you're still listening, because I've got so much to say. You know. So Twitter. They're starting boarding up. People are going mad. There are other things. Facebook. So this is my channel. If you don't please feel free to add me as a friend. I do share a lot of stuff on Facebook. But here we go. There's his defending monuments. 300 patriots defend the war memorial in Hudson Town Centre. Antifa quickly moved away when confronted by these lads. And the police are just stood there. They won't do anything. Right? You want to destroy our monuments? As it is, I mean, our country is absolutely connected with Christianity, and a lot of people have forgotten this. Wales Online. Scaffolding placed around some statues and monuments. Oh, you're doing my nutting. Ahead of further Black Lives Matter protests this weekend. Right? All these events are organised in advance. Paid for by the elites. And people just decide whether they want to turn up or not. God, I hate this shit. I really do. It does my nutting. Go away. Alright, here we go. So they have scaffold in place around some statues and monuments ahead of further Black Lives Matter protests this weekend. Could just go, how about don't turn up, we're in lockdown? Like, do you really want to spread COVID? Oh, by the way, this is where the second wave comes in, which they've already said from the months ago that's going to happen. You see, it's predictive programming. The second wave is also fuck off, got to do with these protests. These people are going to be labelled that they have caused the spread and the killing of more people, even though it's a lie. People die every day of cancer. People die every day from car accidents and all sorts of different illnesses. That the numbers are hugely different to the numbers of COVID deaths, supposed deaths, right? The numbers are inflated. I was gonna do a video about that earlier, but as you said, as it says in this, forging death certificates to inflate the figures, and that's to do with money. Everything revolves around money, control, and manipulation and deception, and an agenda. So here we are, an agenda. I'm not going to play it. Police recruitment. Officers say Boris Johnson's 20,000 target is too low. And they haven't hit this target, apparently. And this was 8th of February 2020. So the police are... The article goes into saying basically they need more money. You know, it's a problem. And that's the problem, you see. They want lawlessness, and eventually they ain't going to have no police. Because the police have got to decide whether they want to be a free citizen that's not a corporate slave, right? Or a corporate slave. End of the day. Take the mark. You know, this is all the choices are coming down to. You're going to take the mark or not. Next. Churchill's statue and Centre for... Where'd it go? Boarded up for protection ahead of weekend protests yesterday. When the net's a little bit slow, I've got a lot of things running. And they just put videos in. Oh look, Tommy Robinson again. You see how they're doing that? Reminds me of how you would create an object. Please, if you've got this far in my video, let me know what you think. Because that's, to me, I think all this focus on the statues is to remove them as well. Because they want to keep them. They don't want them damaged, really. Don't want them damaged. This is all a distraction, right? When we should be protesting the illegal lockdown of our economy, right? The closure of millions of businesses across the UK. Or are you just going to happy that China is going to take over the businesses and we just have to take the mark and have to be part of a crypto wireless social economic beast? You won't have no control of your brain by that time anyway. So, you know, it's time to wake up, man. It's time to wake up. This is being shipped. This is going to be shipped. I guarantee it. They're going to remove... They can't remove all of the statues, but they're going to move some of them, I reckon. They're going to move the ones they can. Yeah. Perhaps I'm wrong. Belfast Telegraph. Black Lives Matter protests called off over far-right fears. So I called it, right? I said, look, there's a left and a right paradigm to the monuments, and the other side of it's going to be the far right, the EDL, the loyalists to the country in which we came from, we were born in. Where's that going to go? That's going to get shipped. It's getting shipped. So, Tommy Robinson. Apparently, wait a minute. It says in here. does say former. That's fine. So why, if he's not ahead of anything, right? Let's say he was he's a former EDL leader. People still following him. Do you not understand? Right? He's still a leader. He's still being portrayed in the media all the time. Right? Tommy Robinson this, Tommy Robinson that, Tommy Robinson that. Right? People follow him because he does speak a lot of the truth. I get it. You know, I'm with him in some ways. Like that. Because it is the truth. You know what I mean? I am sick of these Muslim child grooming gangs in our country. But I'm also sick of the Zionist paedophiles in Parliament. Right? He don't care about that. He works for them. There's the difference. Yeah? It's just about divide and conquer. And he's just a massive front for this movement for nationalism. Right? Not just that, but for, in a way, Christianity. Because he's calling out the Muslims all the time. So he's not the leader of the EDL. He's a former leader of the EDL, but really he does speak for the EDL still, right? He speaks for himself, but he's still seen as a leader. And there's a lot of stuff. Muslim women describe moments she was surrounded by EDL. And there's a lot of Islamophobia from EDL. And you get into the relationship of EDL, Tommy Robinson, the Muslims, the religious stuff. And this is where it's going. This is what they want. They want complete and utter chaos. Everyone fighting each other, no matter, and I get. Let me pause it. I get that patriotism is and nationalism and defending your rights within your own country.
National demo! National demo in Rotherham! Thank you very much, lads! We want the right to be safe in our own country. Stop! 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 Stop!
You see, these events are equally organised, wouldn't you say? So in short, what I'm trying to say is that the police are not going to do anything. And they're going to let the BLM smash up statues. And at the same time, you're going to have mass organisation of people that want to defend the statues, which then is going to be put under all big one bracket of racial discrimination, let's say. And that's going to be aimed towards the Muslims. I want people to see past all of this. I want them to know that it doesn't matter what colour your skin is. We're all in this together. We're all one. The things that they are trying to build are the things that we need to build, but with the truth. They're using the truth to build a one world economy. It's cashless society, and we need a cashless society using truth, right? And knowledge of creation. You know, we can have free wireless energy. We can have cures to all diseases using knowledge of frequencies. It's all possible. It all happened in the past, and the great cycle of life is just that. Things come around when it's time. Unfortunately, the time we're in is the apocalypse, which means the great revealing and the falling away of man at the same time. It's up to you whether you want to, how you perceive this reality, and that it all depends on the knowledge and the information in which you put in your brain. This is simple. That's simple. If you don't want to look at the information out there to change your mind about anything, that's your choice. That's your free will. I can show you all the evidence to change your mind about everything. But if you've got a mindset that you think you know everything and then and it's nothing, none of it's truthful, I can't change your mind about anything. So it's up to the individual. I expect more riots. I expect a lot of chaos to come. I don't really know when that stuff goes on how long people got left till the bombs start landing on their heads because of things going off in other countries that they don't care about. You know, like Iraq and Iran, Afghanistan. 50 countries in 50 years the United States invaded, plus all the coups through militarily, not militarily, but through psychological operations and emplacement of people in power. The whole world is now controlled by Satan. You have been deceived by Satan. Satan is very much real. There's two churches of Satan. They're squabbling over who's got the rights. It's sad, isn't it? Demonology is real. The paranormal is very normal to our existence. Spirits are ghosts, trapped souls. You are an immortal, intelligent energy spirit with free will inside a created temple in a great time of sin to learn the truth, to then use that truth to bring in change. Impossible, I'd say. That's what I think. It's impossible. We just got to go along with the ride and try our best to help as many people as possible and be selfless in our acts. Take care, everyone. Till next time. Please share, like, and subscribe.